Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 348. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash. Crash, how are you?
I'm doing good.
And the one and only.
Week.
Oh, no Matt this week.
No
So,
Matt.
is this my fault this week? I can't tell.
I don't think it's anybody's fault this week.
Like, he just couldn't do the
I don't-
weekend.
Yeah,
And we had planned to do it late this week because I'm
Yeah.
going away. So I feel like it's his fault.
I don't want to say it's his fault.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? One second. I'm gonna
'Cause,
check
like,
my
if he can't
diary.
just do it.
I'm pretty sure we booked this in. I'm gonna
But
check my
Do you know
diary.
when we do you know when do you know when we booked it in?
No.
I'm pretty sure we booked it in on Tuesday.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I haven't got it on my diary. So
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
we booked it in on Tuesday.
okay, I'll allow it. I'll allow it
But I
this
don't
time.
think Matt could do Tuesday anyway, if I'm not mistaken. Because Matt messaged the group saying, I can't do the podcast to do today. Feel free to carry on if I'm not mistaken.
We should have done it Tuesday. Then we could have recorded again today.
Then
and had
it
to
could have
read
been
the
Matt's
comments.
fault.
Then we could have blamed Matt. If you didn't know, My Xbox and Me is a weekly Xbox podcast right here on youtube.com/My Xbox and Me, and of course, all podcast services. If you didn't know, obviously, come check us out. If you aren't subscribed over on the YouTube channel, please come and hit the subscribe button. We would appreciate it. Crash, video game news is it's light. It's light this week, my guy. It's light
It
this week.
really
It's like it
is.
knew I was going on holiday. It was like, do you know what, Fix? We're going to give you a light week this week just so you can ease into next week and be okay, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
so-
honestly, this probably would have been the better news to have for next week
yeah.
while you're away.
Yeah,
but-
I guess, but things happen. Next
Yeah.
week, bear with us. There is going to be an episode. It may be slow getting uploaded, which technically you're going to be like, well, you're always slow anyway. It comes out on Sundays. No, it doesn't. It's not meant to, okay? But I'm going to America. For those who don't know, I'm making my first trip to America. I'm very excited. All my COVID tests are done. Everything is ready. And I'm going to the wonderful state of Texas. And everyone keeps asking me, Crash, everybody, why the hell are you going to Texas? Literally, it was like, you've been dreaming of going to America and you're going to Texas. And I'm like, yes, I am. I'm going to see my fiance's family. All right? So get over it.
That's a good reason, to be
It's a
honest.
great
That's a good reason.
It's a great. Are you
So-
ready to see my Instagram story of just me on a horse?
It's
feed
gonna
it-
be so funny.
Bro, it's going to look so weird, right? Me
gonna
with a
be so
cowboy
funny.
hat with sitting on a giant horse. I'm
So you're gonna
yes. Whatever the
Sure,
question is,
cowboy
yes.
hat.
Oh,
Yeah,
cowboy hat. If they offer me boots, cowboy hat, I'm going the full, bro.
You'll go
I'm,
the full.
I'm going if they've got spare and it can fit me, I'm going for it, baby. I'm in. I'm 10 days
gotta
of living on a
respect it.
ranch. I'm gonna be out there with the nature. Yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to leave my city life behind. Streaming, what's that? Video games, who cares? I'm
You
a
could-
cowboy.
You could stream your life on the ranch.
I'm gonna vlog.
You know what's better than a farming simulator? A real life farming simulator, Fix. That's you.
Sounds like hell, I can't lie. We'll see what happens, though. Big shout out to our Patreon producers, the one and only Aaron Guard, thank you very much, sir, and Mr. FNH Paul himself. Topic of the show this week, Crash. Rockstar in the news for all the wrong reasons by some people's account, and I guess on other people's accounts, the right reasons. It depends on which side of the fence you sit on. Rockstar Games reveals a GTA Plus subscription service for Xbox Series X /S and PS5. Rockstar has announced GTA Plus on Friday, a new subscription service that brings new benefits like monthly cash and more for players on current generation hardware. According to the announcement, GTA Plus is an exclusive to Grand Theft Auto Online players on Xbox Series S, X, and PS5, and for $6 a month, players get bonuses such as 500,000 GTA cash, a special auto shop, unique parts and emblems, and more. Note that if you subscribe, you'll need to claim the monthly benefits before they disappear. We've got a couple of questions to bring in here, so let's go with the first one from TopLift91, who says, Rockstar just announced a paid subscription service to the next-gen ports of GTA 5. What are your thoughts on this? And do you think we will start to see more games in the future adopt subscription service models? Number one, what do I think? We'll start there. Unless you want to kick us off, Chris. You got a strong opinion on this one? I don't want to come in too hot.
I don't really have a strong opinion on this one. No.
Okay, my thought process for this one's pretty simple. And I know people do call me a corporate shill and stuff like that, and I get that. I do side with corporations a lot, which I don't mean to. I just can always see it from their point of view, and I'm quick to call people out when they're wrong as well. I don't see this as the heinous cash grab that some people are calling it, personally. If you are a Twitch Prime subscriber, you was already getting benefits of 500,000 and all that stuff to be able to get that. That's probably going to stop now, we assume. Like, they're not going to still give that stuff away now. They're going to want to charge you the $6 a month. I just don't see the difference between this and microtransactions at the end of the day, apart from if you want this, you can pay for it, and you can skip the grind, and you can skip all the problems that are in GTA Online now, considering how long the ecosystem's been alive. If you jump into GTA Online right now, you are going to get destroyed. Like, it's as simple as that. People are driving around in DeLoreans and in Lambos and in this and in that, and you are starting out with a level 1 character. You have nothing. If this helps you alleviate that for a month and helps you get your character in a better position for a month, or however long it is you want to pay for it, what is the problem in that?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I do think that the fact that you have to claim it every month, that's kind of silly. Especially like if somebody just forgets and they're like, I'm really busy this month, I haven't been able to hop on or whatever. I think that's a little silly. I do know that I believe you get cars, early access to vehicles, and that could be a little bit problematic, but vehicles, I assume at a certain point, like most of the new vehicles are going to be just as fast, and it's not really going to be that big of a difference. But I don't know. I don't play GTA like that. And 500,000 a month, I don't think that's really that
enough.
Much.
It's not enough.
To be fair, yeah,
it's not enough. For being honest, it's not enough.
Yeah, because I think from where we were and we left off with the new stuff from then, it was like $1 million plus to start investing. You couldn't really invest with 500,000. So looking at that is like 500,000 might just be to get your foot in it, and then like we want more money from you monthly.
I could be talking out my butt here, but I'm guessing the 500,000 will probably let you do the first heist, which then you would get that money back plus more. Is probably how they're looking at it. Which like, okay, you can get a start. You can start the big content, which is the highest. It is all that new content they've just put out as well. Obviously, you got the Dr. Dre stuff. And the thing I don't understand is people are annoyed about having to pay, having the option to pay £6 a month, but they're very happy to keep taking this content for free. We're happy to have the Dr. Dre content and not pay extra.
That's all free, right?
All free. All free.
That had to... I can guarantee you the Dr. Dre content cost a bag, really, really big bag, a ridiculous amount. And they're not charging people for it.
Not that Rockstar can't afford it. Is like I'm not sitting there saying this, but I just don't. I know people are gonna be like, but GTA is the best selling game in history, number one, and GTA 5 is doing crazy numbers on NPD. It does crazy shark cards. Why do they need this? I think this is just them streamlining all of their services. They made the play for the Rockstar player on PC already. They're just getting things in line. I don't see it as a big, heinous, terrible thing to have because it's optional. You don't have to buy it.
Yeah. I think if it felt like it was something mandatory, like, hey, you have to do this to get access to this specific type of content.
Yeah.
I think that's a problem because I don't think most people will be affected by this existing.
Is that a problem though?
What?
If they came out and was like the Dr. Dre content, which is a whole album, which is a whole heist, and this is our expansion, in quotes, of the GTA, I know that would segment the audience. That's why they haven't done that, right?
I think that would be fine.
That would be fine. Yeah,
going to offer an expansion. what I meant by like extra content is like, oh, we're gonna have heists locked behind this monthly
course,
fee, and it is a
yeah.
monthly fee. It's not like you're outright buying it and you can
Yeah.
do it whenever you want and all that stuff. I think that's where a problem could come up.
But that's not what this
But with
is.
what they have,
So,
yeah, this is
well,
just like sort of pay a
what
monthly
they've
fee,
said.
get some bonuses.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's fine. Was it Toplift that asked the question? Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if more online games. Battle passes are essentially this if you really think about it.
Well, you
It is
pay
a subscription
month,
model.
not.
Yeah.
It's
Some
not.
games do it monthly. Some games do it like bi-monthly, where it's like 80 days. For
What does
Battle
a
Pass or
season? What does
whatever.
a season work out to be nowadays on Fortnite?
On Fortnite? I think it is monthly.
So
I think
that
it's about
okay.
monthly.
So
Yeah.
your battle
So-
pass renews every month.
Yeah.
Nah, it can't be monthly.
It might be a little bit.
It
over a
can't be
month.
monthly. I think it's because the new season's just dropped, right? And there was that old season. We didn't report on that a month ago. No way. So it's longer than that.
To be fair, I haven't added any Fortnite stuff in a very, very long time. So
It's been irrelevant to us, but not anymore. We'll talk about that later.
yeah.
I just don't see it as such a terrible thing because to me, and maybe I'm wrong because I'm not in that community. Maybe if I was in that community and I really cared about that, and just because I'm getting older as well, I feel like it's more. If you can't afford the £6 a month, and it takes away from your enjoyment, that's where the problem is. But if you can afford it and it doesn't hamper anybody else's experience, it just allows you to engage not engage. What's the word I'm looking for? Enhance your experience. I have no problem with it.
Yeah. Do you know how much money costs in GTA? Because I will say,
I don't. No.
The one thing I will say is I think 500,000 doesn't end up being cheaper. Like I think if you were getting a deal for the money with the monthly fee, I think that would
$11.99 in the UK would get you 1.25 million for $11.99.
Okay, and this is for $6.
So you get less money, but you're getting all the other extras, emblems, all the other crap that some people care about, some people don't care about. That's their decision, you know. And then they've got one on here, which is this. I'm looking at this, and this is crazy, bro. $64.99 for 8 million.
Only 8 million.
Only 8 million. And then they got a £30 card here for 30. They got a £30 card here for 3.5 million. There you go. $500,000 is $5.99 on Amazon right now.
Okay, so instead of buying,
instead of buying 500,000,
yeah, I kind of wish
card, you're then getting all the other added bonuses.
Yeah, I kind of wish that was a little bit better for the consumer side, where it's like $750 instead or something like that. But I'm not mad at it either way. But then again, like you mentioned, like we don't play that. Yeah. I don't play GTA at all. You don't play that
GTA.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm not. I can see the other side of the argument. Don't get me wrong. Video games are already hella expensive. There's already microtransactions and stuff like that. I don't think this is the hill I would be willing to die on. Is my thing.
Here's what I will say. I think GTA microtransactions in general and the need for as much money as the game requires makes sense for people who have played a long time. It's pretty egregious for somebody who doesn't play constantly.
And I think that's where the argument is, right?
Yeah, for me, it would be like, I already think like the money system they have is kind of ridiculous.
But
to a degree.
It is for new players. For me and you, if we had stuck at it, though, we would be the kings and we'd love GTA. But because we never stuck at it, we're now like, bro, you want me to go and talk to Lamar again to go do that mission and I have to do it 10 times to make 10K? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's why we get frustrated because we don't have the built-in income. The problem is there was a bunch of cheaters in GTA Online that messed with the ecosystem, especially on PC.
Yeah.
Same, it happened on console as well. It's just been an interesting road, and I think the big thing that people are scared of is how does this move forward in other games. As long as the benefits are there for me, I'm okay with it. Like the 500,000 is a given. Okay, let's talk about these unique special auto shop items, unique paints, unique emblems, and more. What is the and more? Like, am I getting early access to guns? Am I getting an exclusive gun that I get for being a GTA Plus subscriber? Like, what added bonuses am I getting for giving you £6 a month? Because that's a lot of money, or $6 a month. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. I feel like hopefully they don't go the exclusive gun route. And especially if the gun's good.
No,
At
I
that
agree.
point, you can argue the game's like,
pay to win.
yeah, which is a bigger problem.
But is it? Yeah. No, I was gonna say technically it already is pay to win, but it's technically not because you can still earn all the other stuff. It just takes a very long time.
It's pay to
be the best.
Pay to be the best. Yeah.
And then you got me who still misses our shots. To answer the question, do we see future games adopting this? Yes, 100%. Everyone is moving to subscription models. They all understand that, look, you've got Ubisoft Plus, you've got Game Pass, you've got Project Spartacus, or whatever it's called for PlayStation. Yeah. Everybody knows they need to be in the subscription game. Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, WB Max, like games are moving there as well, whether you like it or not. They want you to forget that your credit card is connected to said thing, and they can keep eating away at your wallet.
But it's also like, I feel like for games that like this, that have this aspect of grinding to it, getting that extra income for whatever time or the extra resources or whatever these type of services will offer, because you'd assume most of them will be for live service games. I'm sure there'll be a single player game at some point that tries to do something like this.
This has Assassin's Creed written all over it, bro.
Oh, dude, yeah.
This has Assassin's Creed written all over it.
It keeps the players in the game where it's like, oh, I'm going to get that bonus 500,000. I wasn't that off. Maybe I'm going to play more and grind so that when I get that, I can get the new upgrade to my club or whatever it is. Yep. So it keeps a certain subsect of players engaged as well.
Yeah. The next question comes from Alder Slayer, who says, quick question for Fix. As he is the GTA RP man, how much do you think Rockstar is paying attention to GTA roleplay scene, and do you expect there to be a lot of RP functionality baked into GTA 6 online, release at launch already without the need of modding? I think we've had a question like this before, but no, it's not going to happen. It's so near impossible for it to happen in a. The reason NoPixel, not just NoPixel, but that's the server I play on, the reason that works is because it is limited to 220 people. Of those 220 people, you have people who are dedicated to playing a police officer. You have dedicated admins. You have... As soon as that blows up beyond anything bigger than what it is, it's impossible to manage. And that's why it will never become a mainstream thing. Because we still have it already. Unfortunately, I had somebody come in the server... We call them no eyebrows in NoPixel, because when you load in, you don't have any eyebrows. So you always know when they're a new player. I had a guy come in and he's like, man, my game's running slow. And I literally look at the person I was with and was just like, oh, I don't know what's this guy talking about? Trying to hint to the other guy that don't talk about it being a game. You don't know. Like, I understand you're new, you're trying to learn. And she's like, I don't know, I think he might be caught in the Matrix. We're making little jokes and like in our RP character still. And then we had another guy who comes up to us, sees me, doesn't like me, starts calling me the N-word. And instantly the mod take care of that. That's why it's special, and that's why this community is special. And NoPixel and all the other communities out there are special because it's so hardcore, it's so dedicated. GTA is the biggest game on God's given earth. They don't give two craps about what is going on in the modding community. They care that it keeps the game relevant, and they care that it keeps selling copies of the game, but in the main game, no, and I wouldn't want it to be either. Like, personally, that's not what I want.
If you look at like some of the features that are unique to RP also, like the need to eat and sleep and all that stuff. I don't know if sleeping is like one of them, but the need to eat and drink and stuff like that, and even adding signs for shops and opening up shops. They're really too detailed, and if that makes sense, for somebody like Rockstar to add it to a base game. It just doesn't make sense.
I can see that getting added, those things, but that's what I think on the surface people see RP as. People see the little circles down the bottom. No, I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm talking about just people in general. They see the little circles down the bottom. They go, "Oh, that's GTA RP. You have to eat and you have to control your stress." bro, that is just a mechanic to keep you moving
Yeah.
like a human person. That's
Yeah.
why that mechanic is there. It's not because we all care about eating, we all want to eat. It's like, no, a normal human being would eat, would drink, would sleep, would get addicted to weed, would get a
Yeah.
headache, there's other mechanics which I don't want to spoil, in case anyone does
Yeah.
decide to play No Pixel, but those are just the basics of it. Like I could 100%, if that's the question, see them adding eating and drinking into the game, because why not?
Because those are basic to
it's
add.
so basic level.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's not everything that GTA RP.
But
has
that's not
to
what
have.
RP
And just
is,
watching
yeah.
just watching you play it, there's just so many like small details that wouldn't make sense
Yeah,
to be in a GTA game, right? Unless they're
100%.
going specifically for RP. And like you mentioned, is like they don't care. That it would be too much work for Rockstar to have that running smoothly for them to even think about doing it. They don't want to do that. Like I don't think they ban people as much as they do for voice comms and stuff like that already. So it's like, why would they go into RP where people are supposed to be role playing characters and stuff like that? So I don't know.
100%, bro. 100%. Thank you very much for your question, though, Slayer. We do appreciate it. Let's jump into Fix a Sack. We got one from Sarah Squid69. Remember, you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com or hit us up in the Discord or on Twitter with the hashtag MXAM. Thoughts on the furry controller used in the Sonic 2 movie promotion by the official Xbox accounts? Do you think furry controllers are the next big thing? What other furry colors would you like to see? If you had a furry controller, how often do you see yourself using it? How do you think the person who works at the controller R&D felt when he/she was asked to make a controller that was furry? I did see these, and I think it's funny. I think it's a funny little thing for them to do, to help promote the game. You know, like
Yeah, I think these are a cool collectible item, right? Like if I were to get one of these, I would never use it, but I'd be like, hey, I got a Sonic controller.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day, all this is the red color controller and the blue color controller with a bit of fur on it. That's all it is.
Yeah.
They already had these controllers.
Absolutely.
It's just how did they add the fur into it? It's like that's literally all it is at this point. So don't get. I hate to break it down that granularly, but
I wouldn't be surprised if people who get these controllers and if somebody uses it regularly, after about a month or two, they're gonna be like, all the fur fell off wherever my grip is. There's no more fur.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, I don't think unfortunately fur controllers are the future.
No.
For Xbox.
No. But if I had to have a colored one, I'd like a purple one, please.
I like the colors that are there. I'll take
Makes
either
sense.
of those.
The yellow one would look nice though as well.
Yeah.
They should have done Tails one. They did Tails dirty. I will say that.
Hey, did they do Tails dirty? Who? I'm not gonna get into it.
No, please come on.
Who cares about Tails?
That's mad disrespectful, bro. That's disrespectful on so many levels. I'm disappointed in you. I'm disappointed in you. You're better than that, Crash. You're better than that.
I am. Yeah, you're right. I am, but I apologize to all the Tails fans.
What did they ever do to you?
Nothing. They did nothing.
That's hey, I guess that's what happens. I guess that will happen.
That sometimes.
Next up, we got reviews, Crash. Reviews. It ain't a good one this week, Crash. I've got to be honest with you.
There's a not good review?
We've got one on Monday.
Okay.
We got one on Monday from Harz, HARZ, 1876543. And it's a 1-star.
Okay.
A 1-star.
Ooh.
And it just says JKR. You know what that's in reference to, right?
Yeah. Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck J.K. Rowling. We don't give a crap what you think, you know? Like, I don't care. I'll take the 1-star review, my guy. Like, honestly, it's no big deal to me. You know, my morals are not up for sale, and my morals are not up for views. I do this podcast because I love it. And, hey, you stand with J.K. Rowling, you do you. You do you.
That's an absurd thing to give a person a 1-star review for.
Crash, does it surprise you, though?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. We do have a 5-star review on my side.
Come on, let's
So,
go.
this is from Psych NYC.
Okay.
The title is Never Miss an Episode. A great podcast. Sincere?
Sincere?
I don't know what that's supposed to say.
Okay.
Psych.
Don't worry
I
about
don't
it.
know what
We
it's
got to
supposed to say.
skip. We got to skip.
Looking for a fun trio. These hosts love discussing the industry, but don't take jabs or get involved in console wars. They love gaming, they love their audience, and most of all, are always worth listening to just for a good laugh. Keep up the good word. Best S.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you for the review.
I feel like that's where we've headed. I feel like that's where we've yeah. We're not interested in console wars. We're not interested in any of the BS. We're not interested. We'll put our opinion out there when we need to on things, of course. But
Yeah.
appreciate the 5 stars, my friends. Remember, go over to Spotify and iTunes. Drop us a 5-star review. It would help a great deal. Crash, what's been in your box, my guy? We've been playing.
I've really only played one new thing since last week, which new is
Weird.
debatable. Fortnite. Me, you, and Matt played.
We did.
We played Fortnite.
We did.
They got rid of the building. We said we'd play it when they got rid of the building. We said that a million times. We had to. And it was really fun. Like, it was
The best.
it was really fun that I did not expect.
I knew it was going to be good. There's so many new elements to the game as well that also helps coming back as a new player. Like, they've got some really cool guns. They've got the art styles obviously been updated since the last time I played. The mantling is, I think, a new thing in this season specifically. But dude, I had so much fun with you. I had so much fun.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
It wasn't PUBG fun, like that type of back in the day heart pumping type fun, but just knowing that, you said it on the stream, just knowing every time we lost or every time we died, it was like, yeah, we got outplayed, we got outshot, we got outmaneuvered, we got outpositioned, we got out something, but it wasn't that some kid cranked a 90 on me and that was it, I've lost.
Because dying to a tower is annoying. Dying to somebody building around you and trapping you is annoying. There were so many stuff that I just felt like were annoying because me, as somebody who doesn't really play Fortnite like that, I could never match that in any sort of significant way. Where with this, it was like, I can beat people in a gunfight. Sure, there's gonna be somebody who'll shoot better than me, but like, I can still outposition them if I need to. I can still outplay that. And so I never felt cheated the whole time we played. I also I got on a little bit after you got off with Matt again. And we did get a victory.
Oh no, without me?
Yeah, we got done without. Honestly, I think you were the problem.
Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah, I never felt cheated. It was a really fun time. It's also, I want to give Fortnite and Epic credit where it's due. They are willing to change like core mechanics of the game, which I really like the whole running thing. Like, the way running works and sprinting is you get a gauge now that you can sprint with, but you run faster, and the sliding and stuff like that. Adding that in a game as opposed to a sequel, because I don't think Call of Duty's ever done really anything like that. I can't think of PUBG doing anything.
Well, like drastically changes the entirety of the game. I get
the
what
core,
you're saying.
And so like, I just want to give them credit for that, because I do think there is risk involved in that. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah, I said I could if it get, I think it's that weird thing for me now. I'm in this weird position where I'm like, I don't want to play more because it's gonna get taken away. So that makes me sad. But there's a part of me that goes, have you seen the numbers? People are back, people are playing. There's people who are playing the game for the first time ever.
Yeah,
like
a lot of like old people who used to play Fortnite that have been off of it for a while have gone back, and they're like, this is a lot of fun. The no building's a lot of fun. And I do think like, if they added no building way back when we had wanted it, I don't think it would be as successful as it is now.
Agree.
Because I think the sprinting, the sliding, the mantling, all that adds to making the game feel like it's more mobile than it would have back then.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's a very strange situation for them to be in now because they're going to upset a lot of people. One way or the other, they're going to upset a lot of people because you remove the building. To some people, you are taking away what Fortnite is.
We do have
we got a question?
A leak from no, not a question, but we do have a story based on it.
Oh, bro, read it. Let's go with it now.
So Fortnite data mining suggests no build mode will be sticking around. Fortnite data miners have seemingly found confirmation the game's limited time no build mode is here to stay. Building was removed from Fortnite's default mode earlier this week as its Chapter 3 Season 2 began, but new leaks suggest the developer Epic Games plans to include it later as a separate game mode. The HypeX Twitter account, a popular Fortnite newsfeed, claimed that data mining shows that players will have the option to choose between Fortnite's usual building-enabled battle royale or its no build mode when the current season ends. This is further backed by the apparent loading screen tip that says in modes with building enabled. Which I think they will bring it back. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they added all this as like sort of like if people like it will do it. But with the popularity that it's had, I really would not be surprised to see it come back in a more permanent fashion with the reception it's had.
Yeah, it's damn, that puts me in a very weird predicament now because now I'm worried about the player base. That's the only thing that now worries me. If it gets too, I know that Fortnite's humongous, obviously. But if it gets too split, I don't want to be playing against bots. I don't want there to be any moments that I'm playing against bots and it feels like I'm playing against bots. Because that's instantly, when I mean bots, I mean actual bots, not bots as in bad players. Because I think that's where it will instantly lose me. Because I will no longer feel that sense of achievement.
Right.
So, it's
I think
an interesting...
that's a time will tell situation, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's all we got. But I had a lot of fun playing with you guys. I can't wait to hear Matt's to Bob on it, I guess, to hear what he has to say when he comes on next week's episode. But yeah, I loved it. I loved it. It brought me back into my element, which was nice. It was nice to be back. It was nice playing Fortnite. It was nice not stressing about Fortnite and sweating. It was just us having a good time playing video games. And it's something I haven't done in a long time, so.
Agreed.
Let's get into this week's dashboard. First piece of news. Microsoft officially reveals Xbox Game Studios publishing cloud division. Microsoft officially talked about its Xbox Game Studio Publishing Cloud Gaming Division at GDC 2020. This division is working to create, quote, cloud narrative, end quote, games for the Xbox ecosystem. Native, not cloud. Narrative. Yeah. Native. Thank you. I knew it when I said it. In the presentation, as shared by VGC, Senior Director of Cloud Gaming, Kim Swift, talked about the process of developers working with the publisher organization. Unlike streaming a game through Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, a cloud-native game would theoretically be processed almost entirely server-side before then being streamed to a player's device. It is big news. It doesn't sound like it, and it probably won't come to fruition fully for maybe a couple of years. But getting developers in bed with you on the grand level for this is how xCloud will become successful. Because they have to keep growing that system. They have to keep growing all of what they are trying to achieve over there. And having a dedicated studio, slightly, publishing studio for cloud stuff is a very smart thing for Xbox to do.
Yeah, I agree. Which, to be fair, we should have seen this coming since last year, since the news of Kim Swift got hired.
Yep.
But I think this is part of the course with Xbox, what they should be doing. I'm interested to see what cloud native games look like when we officially start getting them, which, like you said, I don't think in any like real capacity. I think we might get like a small game here or there, but I don't think we'll get really anything important until like 4 or 5 years. Maybe
this will be something that I think goes under the radar for a while. Like it's now being talked about. The process of working with people will begin, but we won't we won't understand quite how significant this will be in the streaming world for a few years to come, would be my belief. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. There could be people who are ready to go instantaneously, but no, I don't think so. We're still not there yet with internet.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest worry with like all cloud things is like you cut off such a big portion of people when it's a cloud only service, if they don't have access to good internet. Which like not everything's for everybody, unfortunately, and so there's nothing you can do if you want to create a product like that. But it is unfortunate for the people who don't have great internet. And it's not even like there's people in America and I'm sure the UK as well
100%.
who don't have good internet as well. Not even thinking about like some of the other countries that might not have as great internet as well.
Yeah, 100%. Next news story, Xbox ID has generated over 2.5 billion, that's B for billion, in revenue for indie developers. Microsoft shared a recap of Xbox ID's ID at Xbox program, history on Thursday with some major milestones and updates on how far the program has come since 2013. According to Microsoft via the Xbox Wire, the ID at Xbox program has paid out 2.5 billion in revenue for indie developers since its creation. The last milestone for the program was 500 million paid out back in 2017, meaning an additional 2 billion was paid in the last 5 years. Other interesting stats including how the program now encompasses has over 4,600 developers across 94 countries. Microsoft has also seen success with the ID at Xbox games launching directly into Game Pass. Microsoft claims that an average Xbox Game Pass subscriber plays 40% more games compared to someone that isn't subscribed. Microsoft's recent ID at Xbox showcase, it highlighted some of the recent games coming through the program, including Shredders, Tunic, and Trek to Yami. I know I've had the honor and privilege to interview some people who have worked at ID at Xbox. I have made I've had lunch with some of these people. These are the people that I've seen at EGXs and all the trade shows that I've been. Some of them have now moved on, unfortunately, but this team cares, and I'm so happy to see everyone who involved in this, it coming together and it working. Because 2.5 billion for indie developers is nothing to sneeze at. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. And I'm sure the indie developers that, not everyone sees success on the same level, but I'm sure some of the indie developers that have seen some major success from this are very happy and being able to put money back into their art at the end of the day, the thing they love to do. That's all most people are trying to do, is just live off of the thing they actually enjoy doing instead of having to go and do their normal 9 to 5. And I'm happy that the ID at Xbox program is allowing people to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is big news. I don't think it'll get talked about as much as it should be. But yeah, shout out to ID at Xbox. Shout out to all the indie developers that are part of it, that have seen success through it, that have gotten security. I think security, like you mentioned, is a huge thing for a lot of developers and people in general, even outside of developers. So yeah, this is just like, honestly, this is like a feel-good story.
Next one, Ghostwire Tokyo developer Tango Gameworks working on a non-horror game. Not to be forgotten that but Tango Gameworks now owned by Microsoft. Now we're still in that weird place where Ghostwire Tokyo's just came out. I've decided to wait on it. I saw reviews. And I've already said that I was lukewarm on it. Anyway, I think I was offered a code for it, just full transparency. Like, I could have got a code that said, no, I'm good. It's just other games I'd rather be playing. I'd rather have started Elden Ring. I would rather be playing Tiny Tina. I would rather be doing many other things than playing this, unfortunately. So I think I'm just going to wait for it to come to Series X and then play it when it comes out then.
Yeah, the reviews are kind of
up and down.
They're not bad.
They're up and down. No, they're sevens.
Yeah.
They're 7, 8s, which There is absolutely nothing wrong with a 7. I am of the mind of that. It's not so much the number, it's kind of what they're saying. And it's come out at a really strange period for... It's weird, again, for third parties, but PlayStation are probably very happy with it because they've got nothing first party to then be publishing on their own. So it worked perfectly in their head when it was owned by Bethesda on its own, but now Xbox own them. It's like, I don't know. It feels like even the promotion for it's been... So I don't know about over in the US, but I know in the UK, they were sending out like PR influencer packages, right? And it was just a PlayStation headset inside them. And I was like, that's smart. That's smart. Like, like, let the people know. But yeah, it was an interesting one. But this article is about the non-horror game that they're working on. In an interview with Fumetsu, transcribed by VGC, Miyamaki revealed that the future of Tango Gameworks comes with 2 major changes. For one, the founder wants Tango Gameworks to create more non-horror games and change the studio's reputation for focusing on the terrifying genre. Of course, it's nice to have fans think of us as a studio with a reputation for developing survival horror games, Miyamaki said. Admitted, but we also want to be viewed as a studio that can create a wider variety of games. To this effect, John Jonas, the director of The Evil Within 2, is working on a brand new game outside the horror genre, for which Miyamaki is apparently excited. Quote, "It's a really good game, so keep your eyes peeled," end quote. Kind of a nothing statement here, if we're being totally honest about it, but I didn't view it's. I know they've only put out survival horror games and horror games, but I never actually only viewed them as that. Hello, my Xbox and me faithful. How are you all? I know I just finished talking in the middle of a sentence. Kind of weird. I get it. Unfortunately, during today's podcast, my internet is still currently dead right now, so we're in a bit of a predicament. We couldn't end this week's podcast. We couldn't plug. We couldn't finish the news stories. We couldn't do any of that good stuff. And for that, I apologize. There is nothing I can do about it. I am literally mere hours away right now from jumping on an aeroplane and coming to the United States of America for the very first time. Yay me, I know. But I do want to say thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. I didn't want to just put out an abrupt episode where it ends all weirdly. I don't even know if the episode's going to make it out, because right now I have no internet and I've got to board a plane, which means I'm going to be 14 hours in the future, or maybe the past. I'm not too sure. I don't know how all this works. But until next time, thank you all for watching. I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Thank you for listening to me. Padeo!